The Chinese coal shortage and power outages have fueled a global coal crisis. On the other hand, the demand for coal is rising with approaching winters and an uptick in industrial activity with the easing of COVID-19 related restrictions. Meanwhile, the situation isn't that rosy in India's coal-powered thermal power stations either. 72 thermal power stations had less than 3 days of stock as in October 1. 50 plants had coal stocks ranging from 4 to 10 days and 13 had fuel stocks to sustain electricity generation for over 10 days. Till now, India has managed to stock enough coal supplies to keep its power sector and industries running. But the level of coal supply is getting extremely low in the thermal power sector that accounts for 53% or 202.67 GW of India's installed power generation capacity. In such circumstances, India ought to maintain high standards of efficiency at its thermal power plants. However, lakhs of tons of coal is reportedly missing from the state of Tamil Nadu. Hi and welcome. You're watching TFI English, the national socio-political analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I am your host Isha, and in this video I will tell you about the mystery of Tamil Nadu's missing coal. The two most powerful parties of Tamil Nadu, DMK and AIADMK, are battling it out with each other inside and outside the Legislative Assembly. The issue at play is a critical one: lakhs of tons of missing coal from Tamil Nadu's power plants. The mystery of Tamil Nadu's missing coal made headlines in August when Electricity Minister V. Senthil Balaji revealed that 2.38 lakh tons of coal worth Rs 85 crore went missing from the Tamil Nadu Generation and Distribution Corporation Limited's North Chennai power plant. Senthil Balaji had then alleged this has happened because of the inefficiency of the AIADMK government. We will set right the irregularities and provide a transparent administration. Later in September, Senthil Balaji made another shocking revelation. 71,857 tons of coal was missing from the Tuticorin thermal power station. The state government had ordered an inspection at the Tuticorin power plant following the discrepancy at the North Chennai plant. The Electricity Minister had also said that based on the final report of the high-level committee which investigated the coal stock discrepancy, action would be taken against those responsible for the irregularity. The missing coal quantity was detected on the basis of the difference between the stock register and actual coal available at the plant. Senthil Balaji said, "We have to find out as to for how many years the irregularities had been taking place." Talking to The Hindu, former Electricity Minister and AIADMK leader P. Thangamani claimed that the shortage of coal was identified in August 2020 when he visited New Delhi for a meeting with the Union Power Minister. He said that he was apprised about the difference between coal stock shown and actual available coal. Therefore, he ordered an inquiry and also formed a committee. Thangamani added, "Unfortunately, the COVID-19 pandemic intensified and I became involved with party work for the assembly election, so the issue could not be pursued further." The situation is evidently grim at Tangedco's thermal power station. What adds to the confusion and chaos is the lack of a proper system to assess coal shortages at thermal power plants. In its 2021 report, the CAG said there was no provision for periodical assessment of coal shortages and recovery thereof. As a result of this, coal shortages occurring during the past 18 years have not been recorded. Thereby, the Tangedco was unable to assess the shortage of coal. The biggest question here is how and why Tamil Nadu's coal is disappearing. Now, as strange as it may sound, Tamil Nadu's missing coal has less to do with quantity and more with quality. Tangedco meets its coal requirements from a mix of domestic and imported coal. Domestic coal is sourced from 4 subsidiaries of Coal India and Sinjarani Collieries Company Limited, whereas imported coal comes from Indonesia. Indigenous and imported coal stocks are then blended together and used in thermal power stations. The efficiency of the thermal power plants ultimately depends upon the calorific value of the coal used in power generation. If the calorific value is higher, lesser coal will be needed to generate electricity, and similarly, low calorific value coal would lead to higher coal consumption. Jayaram Bankatesan, convener Arupar Ayyakkam, observed, "This missing coal does not seem to be direct theft of physical coal from the plant. This has got to do with the quality of coal. Imported coal needs to have 6000 kcal/kg as per tenders, but only 4500 kcal per kg of poor quality coal came in reality. When the thermal power plant uses a lower than specified quality of coal, additional loads of fossil fuel have to be burned in order to generate the same level of power output. Jayaram added that in order to hide the corruption in the quantity of coal, the additional loads used are not recorded. Therefore, the stock is used but not shown, and this creates discrepancies between the coal stock shown and actual available coal. Times of India too quoted an unnamed logistic operator as saying, "It is difficult to do coal business legally in Tamil Nadu. By buying lower calorific value coal dust, they show it as higher calorific value coal in the books. Hence, they will end up using larger quantities of coal for combustion to generate power, and naturally it will go missing from the stockyard." A former Tangentco official, however, blamed Coal India for the stock loss crisis. The former official said, "Normally Coal India would bill for high quality coal but supply only low quality coal. Moreover, all these years Tangentco has never bothered to take into consideration the loss that happens during transit." Coal is emerging as a critical natural resource today, with a global rise in its price levels. At such a juncture, the thermal power plants in Tamil Nadu and the rest of the country ought to be extremely efficient in their operations, and one would hope that the Tangentco power plants are able to resolve the mystery surrounding Tamil Nadu's missing coal at the earliest.